Hello, we're live. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And what a day. My goodness. 2025 is the year of feast or famine with Hot Toys. I feel like I keep saying that, but it's true. I did not expect essentially 6 Fantastic Four figure announcements, and I was reflecting this afternoon. I was like, I can't remember in recent history Hot Toys announcing so many figures before a movie has been released. So it's very interesting. I don't know if this is Hot Toys thinking they're backing a winner. Is this Disney telling them, no, you've got to make a certain amount of things? I don't know, but we're going to talk about the announcements. We're going to talk about some InArt news, which was doing the rounds on Chinese social media. We're going to take a look at the updated JND photos of the Two Face, and goodness, that is looking really nice. I personally think it's probably the nicest figure from the Kojun line. That might be a hot take, but that's genuinely how I feel. And we'll probably talk about some other things along the way. I've popped the Kamen Riders in there. We probably won't spend a lot of time talking about them, but there was an interesting thing about those Kamen Riders which piqued my interest, and it was not the IP, it was the functionality of some of those figures. So we'll talk about that, and as I said, probably some other things along the way. But thank you for coming to hang out and keeping me company. I always appreciate everyone who comes to support the channel. We reached the 3,500 subscriber milestone, which just like it blows my mind. I have a friend of mine that does YouTube for a living, and he's really supportive. Like, he's got like 6 million subs, so in a whole other stratosphere. But like, he always said to me, like, try to think of the physical amount of people, and I'm like, that's like a small sporting stadium full of people. So I'm like super proud of that. I never pretend I know what I'm doing with this channel, that I'm strategic with it, that I have a plan. I'm just turning up to represent female collectors and trying to learn a few things about video editing along the way. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed, particularly my channel members. I really appreciate you guys. Everyone who has supported me over, I think it's been 2.5 years now. My goodness, I really do appreciate it. So thank you to everyone. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, why not? Help me grow the channel. Carlos first up in the chat. As always, good morning, Helen and chat. Sending a big hello from, as usual, from a 94-degree heat-soaked New Jersey. Fantastic Four is upon us, but not feeling this film or the actual figures. Anyway, I hope all of you enjoy her stream, and I'll catch the replay later. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for our dear friend Helen. Thank you, Carlos. Look, I'll be a bit honest with you. I've not felt a great deal of hype for Fantastic Four either, and I don't know why, because I feel like, goodness, there's been so much press. Like, the whole cast was in like Australia this week. A friend of mine actually got to interview them. Lucky him. But I'm a bit the same. And when I went to see Superman, I saw the trailer. I don't proactively watch trailers, but if I'm in the cinema, I will watch the trailers as part of the movie going experience. And I don't know if it's because I'm just not familiar with them. Like, I haven't seen any of the previous Fantastic Four movies. I don't know a lot about them. So I don't know. I will go see it. I won't say that I won't, but I have no idea what to expect. I'm not going in with any sense of anything. So these figure announcements, like, I was more interested in, wow, we've had like 6 figure announcements, and we're like, it's at least a week out till the movie comes out. So it really, that's taken me by surprise more than anything else. Toy collectors here, happy Friday. Everyone, happy Friday to you. Hope you're feeling better, and congrats on 3,500 subs on the road to 4K. Thank you. I am feeling so much better. I think I had a virus. I honestly don't know what it was. I had the pain I had in my head was unlike anything I've ever experienced, and I was so nauseous and just not feeling well. And I had a couple days at home, and I seriously, I was trying to like watch the tennis because I enjoy tennis and Wimbledon was on. I couldn't even sit up to like watch like the semi-finals. Like I couldn't, and that's why I was like, how am I going to sit here and stream? Like I was just like, I don't even feel like I can sit upright. So I don't know what it was, virus, migraine, but it was not a good time. But I'm feeling much better now. Thank you. Anthony Stanfield's here as well. Wow, lots of F4 news for today. I know, and I was relieved because I was like, am I going to have to talk about some last week's stuff this week? But Howie Claus made it rain, feast or famine. It was a feast this week. Figure in a Bubbles here. Hello there. Well, hello there to you too. We've got AJ Agrusa. Greetings, Helen and friends. Hope all is well. I'm good, thanks, AJ. I hope you are too. Bobby D's here. Fantastic Friday. Yeah, I mean, goodness. That's a good way to describe it. Fantastical Friday. Winman42's here. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening is how we roll here. I joined I should get a plug in early. So I joined Costa's Discord over at Pop Culture Living Room. And I've been admiring some of the awesome 3D printed items that Winman42 has created. So I've been on Discord for all of one day. I had no idea really what it was, how it worked. But the Pop Culture Living Room Discord, I really enjoyed. And also, segue tomorrow, the sequel of Two Greek Geeks. So I will be streaming again tomorrow night over on Costa's channel, Pop Culture Living Room. We will kick off at 8 a.m. Eastern in the US. I don't know what time that is for everyone, but essentially tomorrow, but 2 hours earlier than whatever the time is now. So I'm really excited. So we're going to do that as like a monthly stream with Costa and myself. And who knows what we'll talk about. Some geeky things, some Greeky things. It'll be a lot of fun. There'll be some Tim Tams. Costa's going to be sampling some Tim Tams that I sent him, so that's exciting. So if you feel inclined, come hang out again tomorrow with me and Costa. It'll be delightful. Miss Batwoman's here. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. Lovely to see you in the chat. Are you getting either of the new Superman figures? Look, probably not. Probably a hot take. Don't cancel me, everyone. I've survived all my Star Wars hot takes of 2025. Superman's never been. Oh, Shuri's making. She's like, oh god, she's gonna have a rant. Sorry, Shuri. I liked the film, but Superman's never been that character for me. It's like he's faster and stronger than everyone, and there's no real challenge. And I don't know. I've never felt like I needed a Superman in my collection. But mute your speakers for 10 seconds if you haven't seen the movie, maybe 15. But that Millie Alcock Supergirl, I need her in Crypto. I know we're probably not getting it from this movie, but Supergirl and Crypto, I totally want. And Millie looked fantastic in that suit. I'm more hyped for that. But I am interested to see, will we get anything else? Maybe a battle damage Superman? Will we get like Mr. Terrific? Anyone else? I don't know. But for me, probably not Superman. But if we get Supergirl in the future, I'm totally down. This is the only stream I listen to religiously. Oh, thank you. I love that you read every comment and give a response. It makes it feel so inclusive, interactive. Love that you give us a voice on your channel. Well, you're welcome. I mean, I have to be honest. I don't like it when streams don't really acknowledge the chat or when they only read super chats. And I've been in the chat where you're trying to raise a point or say something and it's just ignored. So I have to say it's something that I probably picked up from Joao from Collectors Unite. Like he was very big on making it interactive with the chat, and particularly for me, like I'm on my own. Like I need you guys to interact with me as well. But I genuinely like hearing other people's viewpoints. You know, I'm going to say not a figure in a bubble, but a collector in a bubble here in Perth. It's not like I've got my friendship group or anyone that's really collecting. So I like getting other people's sentiment on things. And I feel like the people who generally watch my stream have like pretty constructive things to say, pretty interesting things to say, pretty positive things to say, which is nice as well. But I appreciate the support. Thank you. And I do feel bad the weeks I don't stream, I'm not going to lie. But I'm making up for it this week with a second stream. So don't forget tomorrow. Bobby Dillon. He's the nicest guy in collecting. 20 channel memberships gifted. Bobby, thank you so much. That's so kind. I think Bob is just bankrolling this channel at this point with all the memberships he gives. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely Friday in your part of the world. Lots of people thanking Bob, of course. As I say, kindest guy in collecting. Ramstein Fancy, howdy to you. We've got Trembled Us. Hey, people, happy Friday. Absolutely. Uncarded Reviews is here as well. Welcome back, Helen and Shuri. Glad to see you're well. JND Kojun Harvey Dent is on the way. Day one pre-order. Well, probably not for me, but I will say, and I don't know if you heard me at the start of the stream, like I think that's the best looking Kojun figure to date. Honestly, that Two Face head sculpt is beautiful. But I don't want to know what the price tag is because it's probably way too much more than what I want to spend. What does your husband think of your collection? Well, I don't have a husband. So it's my collection and I love it. And I personally, I don't really care what anyone thinks about my collection because it's my happy place and something that I enjoy. You'd be jealous. Fair enough. But yeah, no, it's all mine. I don't share with others. Just Shuri because she's cute. How'd you make out with your lighting solution? Couldn't find a viable wireless battery pack for your needs. Apologies. No problem. And this is the thing, Tremble Dust. Like I've been looking sporadically, and the only thing I found was so ridiculously expensive. I want to say it was like 200 US plus. And I went, given I would need multiple, I'm like, I'm not in. But I did discover, but it would involve some wires, that there are, like, you know how you have the smart plugs, but there's ones with remote control, because as we know, Helen doesn't like the things that listen in the house. You can call me a cooker, call me whatever you want. But I did see there were wireless remote, like, plugs. So I might have to go wired, or I might have to be in the situation where I have to flick switches. So the remote is the best thing I found for now, but I feel like maybe if I wait, technology will evolve. But yeah, I live in hope. And this is my thing, like things that I think should exist generally don't exist. Like this is literally my life. Things that I'm like, surely someone's got that. No, they do not. So I'll wait. But if not, it might be a matter of having to make some mods to this cabinet and getting like the remote control plug. We'll see. But I appreciate you trying. I really do. That's very kind of you. Oh, guys, best live stream and best chat. Great group in here. Absolutely great. I'm so stoked at who turns up every week for me. So, InArt was considering Mr. Terrific. If soup sells well, God, I'm going to have one of those nights where I'm not enunciating my words. No, enunciate your words. I saw that. We'll talk about some of that InArt news. I'm sorry if people have not seen the movie, like, tell me. I won't spoil it, but I really liked this version of Mr. Terrific. Like, my knowledge of him was limited to the character that we saw in Arrow. And while he was very smart, I feel like he was presented a bit goofy and a bit weak at times. So I really like the version of Mr. Terrific we got in the movie. I liked a lot of what they did in the movie, I have to say. I had a really enjoyable time at the cinema. And I'm glad I got to see it last weekend because I was worried the internet. Can I, quick poll for everyone, right? Quick poll. Tell me if this is just me. I love how in Facebook groups, this is going to be a long stream because I also have so many slides. So buckle up, folks. I love groups that do no spoilers, please. And I'm like, respect. Please do not spoil. Do people agree that if someone goes on this big, there's little Shuri, look at her. Little Shuri cakes. She's adorable. If you post some big reaction of I enjoyed it or I didn't enjoy it and the story was disjointed and like that's a spoiler. Like it amazes me. I know, Shuri, it's so annoying. I can't believe how many people posted these like reactions with all these details and then we're like, oh, it's not a spoiler. I'm like, I feel like even telling me if it was good or not is a spoiler. Like I don't want to know anything. But then I was like, is it just me who feels that way? But if you're going to talk about the plot was lacking or it was this, I'm like, these are spoilers. Let people go see it in the cinema. Sirius, you have one of the best DC collections. Do you also collect the comics? I have some comics. I'm not a religious follower, but I did buy certain comics, particularly hearing like with the Dark Knight trilogy and some of the comic books that inspired elements of the movie. I sort of sort them out. I can't speak today. And I have read some, but I'm not going to profess know all the things, understand all the lore, but I have enjoyed the ones I've read, and maybe one day I'll read more. I've read some Green Arrow comics as well, which again was based on liking the TV show and then wanting to know a little bit more about that character. JND Studios will make a Millie Alcock Supergirl. And it will be the best one ever made. Just ask them, right? You can be a figure in a bubble anytime. Thank you very much. I'm guessing that's my Aunt Teresa's daughter moved to Perth when she was 18. I think us Brits love Perth. Not the snakes, spiders, sharks. That everything else can kill you. Geez. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Brits come to Australia, and I think in particular Perth, because it is sunny and nice and enjoyable. Like at work, we've got a couple of people that have just come across from the UK, so it's kind of lovely to see they're experiencing things here for the first time. It's funny, like most of those things don't freak me out, just the snakes. Most other things I feel like I can roll with. But yeah, I don't want to mess around with no snakes. But I'm obviously completely biased, but I think it's a lovely part of the world. Hail Bobby D, the heart and soul of 1/6 collecting. He's the nicest guy in collecting. Good evening, Helen Valkyrie. Hello, lovely to see you. Oh, Brian's very kind. Helen is amazing and best channel out there who does Tim Tams. Well, Tim Tams tomorrow on Two Greek Geeks, because I sent Costa a little care package. And he's going to try some, and maybe I might pick some up tomorrow. We'll see. Got chat remote. Best of luck. Trust me, your desire for simpler wireless operated power option is something many people would like. That's what I feel like. I feel like I can't be the only one that wants this. So I appreciate it. Good morning, our Queen Shiro. Oh, I won't go that far, but appreciate it. How are you, Jedi Chris? Oh, sweet Odin, that representation of Mr. Terrific in Arrow was an insult. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's all I knew of the character. So I was kind of surprised that Mr. Terrific was going to be in Superman, but I really like what they did with the character. Hi, Shuri. Yeah, she's a darling. She's a darling. Oh goodness, there's so many comments. I'm going to be here for 5 hours, aren't I? I liked Arrow, even their Batman. Do you mean Kevin Conroy in the crossover? I like the actors, but the movie wasn't my cup of tea. I'm more excited about the upcoming Supergirl and Justice Gang movies. Fair enough. as I say, I didn't know what to expect. My big thing was wanting to see, how's James Gunn going to do? Is this going to be a turning point for DC? Because I'm obviously a DC fan and I would like there to be good DC movies again. But I did enjoy it. But I am super hyped for Supergirl, and I saw that James Gunn posted a little teaser photo. So I'm hoping we're going to start seeing a little bit more over the next year. Telling if it's good or not is not a spoiler. Okay, that's a personal general impression, and it will vary for everyone, so that cannot spoil anything for how you experience the movie. Interesting. Do you think we'll get the full hour or full 4-hour James Gunn version before it was diced? I don't know. And it's funny because I wish that was an option, because even I came across on YouTube a scene that was cut from Ballerina, and I was like, I watched it, I was like, oh, that would have been a good scene to have in the movie. So I feel like I personally would love to have that option, and given we have the streaming services now, I'd love to see that happen, but I don't know. Maybe it's something they could do on I'm trying to think what DC streams on, because there's streams on Binge here, which means nothing to anyone outside of Australia. So I can't remember what is it Max? Is it Max in the US? People's view of plot being disjointed vary, so not a spoiler in my opinion. Now, if quote specific scenes that were shown in the trailer, to me that are spoilers. Okay, interesting. Everyone's got a different view to me. Natalie's here. Afternoon, Helen. How are you, Natalie? Lovely to see you in the chat. I'm still ticked we'll never see the Batgirl movie. I know, with Michael Keaton, they showed it and it wasn't finished. Shame we won't see the effects were never put into reach. I know, that's what got me. Like, I would have liked to have seen that. And didn't they like can it, and then it became like a tax write-off, so then like we will literally never see it? Like, that's a bum. I know, Shuri, it's such a bummer. I'm upset too. I've been to Perth and loved it. Oh, that's so cool. Rode horses in the outback. If I remember, Kings Park was beautiful. Kings Park is beautiful. When I had my break from work last year, I went to Kings Park a few times for lovely walks, because it also doubles as our botanical gardens. And it's such a lovely place. And every time I go there, I'm like, why don't I come here more often? Yeah, it's beautiful. I really love Kings Park. It's a really nice walk and beautiful scenery, and you get a really nice view of the city. It's very cool. Afternoon, Helen. I meant to say, glad you're feeling better. Oh, that's all good. Yeah, I am. Thank you. I was not in a good way yesterday. I literally had to get driven home from work. I was at work when this nausea hit. And I was very lucky a coworker drove me home. And then someone had said to me this week, like, you were really pale and you could barely talk. And I was like, oh, I thought I was presenting well, but apparently I was falling apart. So I'm very grateful that I work somewhere that cares enough to drive me home when I'm not well. So appreciate them. I'm not sure I'm following you, Brian. Oh, I think maybe it's about the tax thing. Yes, when they did the whole Flash thing, and it's why James Gunn's not doing a new Wonder Woman. I've tried Tim Tams, Helen, and they're lovely. They are lovely. Although, Natalie, I think you're in the UK. How do they compare to penguins? Because I've had people say to me, Tim Tams are like penguins in the UK, but I don't know with penguins if you get all the flavor variations. Because that's the interesting thing, because I don't like white chocolate, but Costa does. So I sent him these strawberry and cream Tim Tams. They're like a new flavor. And I was going, do I get a packet for the stream tomorrow? But I feel like I'm not going to enjoy them, because I find white chocolate is way too sweet and it's not even really chocolate. But I am keen to know. Do they compare to penguins? Do they not? Because, this is also a stream about snack food if you're new. We talk about snacks because I like snacks. Our gym collectors here. Afternoon, everyone. Afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Helen, they got a huge tax break. This is why I don't trust Warner. They bought DC to complete Disney or to compete Disney and Marvel. And if I was going to put anyone in charge, it would be Tim Burton. Oh, I do love Tim Burton. Tim Burton Batman's what got me into all this craziness. So I hear you. Oh, Tim Tams. Me and my partner are addicted. Amazing. I'm just like a Tim Tam dealer at the moment. So I'm so glad. If you're in the US, Target has them. I think Amazon has them. I am in the UK. They are like penguins. Thank you for confirming. Penguins are good. You can get peppermint, orange, and salted caramel. Oh, really? We had orange Tim Tams at one stage. I can't tell you what they were like because I don't like orange chocolate. But we have dark mint Tim Tams. We have salted caramel Tim Tams, which I have not tried. Because I always just stick with the caramel ones, like the plain old caramel or the traditional like choc hazelnut deliciousness. But okay, it's good to know. Thank you. I can broaden my knowledge of snack foods. I want a Nick Cage DC Superman 6 scale and a giant spider. I'm really surprised no one did that after the Flash, to be honest. At least the head sculpt. I'm really surprised no one went there. But third parties, I feel like they've been really quiet of late in announcements. And I feel like typically they would jump on movies and trends and fill in the gaps of some of those cameos and supporting characters. And we're really not doing that. I guess because Toys Era is apparently busy doing more licensed figures. I don't know if anybody's part of the Giant Toys store group, but the owner-manager posted a thing talking about that, yeah, they're more focused on like licensed figures now, and because they've got the Ellie from The Last of Us that's been pending for how long? Way too long. And a lot of people are like, well, where is it? And that was part of the thing of they're focusing more on licensed figures. So I don't even know what licenses they have. I think they're more Asian IPs, but agree with Natalie, similar to penguins, but Tim Tams honestly are slightly better. Okay, that's good to know. For me anyway. Oh, Mike, I was going to make a backhanded comment about you and the orange chocolate, but I didn't think you were here. And then I went, no, you don't talk about people behind their back. That's not cool. But you're here. So now I can say I didn't have orange Tim Tams because it's an abomination and only Mike would like them. I joke, other people might like them. Penguins have jokes on them, though. That's a win. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hey, everyone. Hope you had a great week and hope you're well, Helen. Leave it to Hot Toys to leave one guy out from a complete team. Well, surely not. Surely not. I mean, they showed the banner with all of them. And I had wondered, and I'm probably jumping ahead, but I had wondered, are they not showing, it's Johnny Storm, right? If it's not, don't cancel me. I wondered if maybe there might be an accessory or something that may be a spoiler, and are they maybe holding off on that for that reason? I don't know, but I'm still shocked. 6 announcements from one movie before it's released is crazy for me. It really is. I knew I had to open the door for you on the orange chocolate comment. Well, I'm just glad you're lurking because there was snack talk and I was like, where's Mike? I feel like Mike is the biggest champion of snack chat with Helen. And I thought you weren't here, but you're here. So thank you. I'm wondering if they'll do a Silver Surfer as well. Well, that's interesting they asked that because they teased those minifigures with Galactus. I should get into the slides, seriously. I never in a million years thought they would do Galactus. Me too. Do you know what I honestly thought they would do? And I'm so jumping ahead to stuff I'm going to say later, so I'm going to repeat myself in like, I don't know, an hour's time. I totally could have pictured a world where they went the No Way Home route and Galactus was like a diorama display base. Like, I could have pictured that. Like, you know, with like No Way Home, like Sandman, he's like a diorama display base for the deluxe. I could have totally pictured that. But this whole new line Hot Toys is doing, and then I just did not expect it. But let's get the slides that got start talking so Helen's not here till 2 a.m. because then I really won't be enunciating my words. Guys, is it a stream if I don't remind you that William Wang is missing somewhere in China, Hong Kong, who knows? Has not been heard from for more than 2 months. His last post has something like 950 comments. And no one's heard from him. No one can get a hold of him. His website's still collecting orders. Probably not going to get it if you order from him, in my opinion. And I will do another reminder that if you have ordered the Jazz Inc. Catwoman through William, you can contact them and ask them to transfer your order to a direct Jazz Inc. order. I know Australian collectors who've done that, and Yoast has very kindly honoured their deposit with proof that they have paid it. Because from what I understand, and I have seen correspondence between collectors and Jazz Inc., payments have not been made. It's not looking good. So if you've ordered the Catwoman, save yourself future heartache and get your order transferred directly to Jazz Inc. What Mike said, 500%. That's good of Yoast to do that, 100%. He's been really helpful to people. And yeah, really good, because Lord knows when Toys Wonderland was going down the gurgler and people had made InArt pre-orders, InArt didn't help them. So the fact that Yoast has been really good at saying, show me proof of deposit, I will transfer the order, I will honor that. It says a lot. Like, I have not ordered directly from Jazz Inc. People have often talked about the customer service, and I think the proof's in the pudding. Him doing that is a really big thing, and I 100% applaud him for being so good to collectors. I don't know that many other, if any other manufacturers would do that. Holy smokes, Hot Toys just showed off the 1/6 Galactus. They did. Renz is here. Good morning, afternoon, evening, Helen and chat. I think it's evening for you as well, Mr. Renz. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming to hang out. That is awesome with Jazz Inc. I remember InArt did the same for their Joker. Oh, did they? I didn't think they did, but if they did, apologies if I'm wrong. I thought they got left in the lurch, but if I'm wrong, I apologize. But yeah, because every now and then I still see people going, oh, I found the One Man Toys Hobby website. Should I order? No, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to order from reliable actual businesses. Anyway, random side note before we get into main things. On my 4th of July stream, someone brought up this, I think it's Woo Studios base, which looks so cool. It can be a backdrop for the InArt Michael Jackson. I saw they posted this with Deadpool, which of course anything goes with Deadpool. But this looks really amazing. It gives more of a realistic, like, stage feel compared to that light in a box thing that InArt made. Excuse me. And some pictures of the figure were posted in front of it. And I just think that looks so much more immersive. Like, I was really impressed with it. So I don't know if people are getting InArt Michael Jackson. This diorama looks really cool. And this is a side by side. So on the left, you've got the InArt version. And I have to say, the Woo Studios one looks so much better. Like, it actually looks like a proper stage. It's such a nice diorama piece. And I think I really like a diorama backdrop. I know space can be the enemy and sometimes we can't always incorporate them, but I think if you were going to display the Michael Jackson with the InArt diorama, I think this Woo Studios one is way better. I think 1/6 Kit has it. So the usual sort of Hong Kong retailers probably have it. But as I say, I think this Woo Studios one is a huge step above. Hello, hope you're doing good. So we'll make sure to give everyone's favorite evil space tyrant, Darth Sidious, his Star Wars minute. There will be no Star Wars today. Super fun fact. I'm just not doing it today. Maybe next week. I see that way too many times go elsewhere. Is that about William Wang? I'm not sure. Helen is never wrong, except about orange chocolate and Star Wars. Bobby, come on now. Don't be like that, Bob. InArt has been outdone on this, I'd say. I 100% agree. And this diorama got brought up the last time I streamed, and I hadn't seen it at that point. And then when I saw the pictures, I was like, this is amazing. I think there's been quite a few musical figures coming out. And I think this could pair with so many, but with the Michael Jackson figure in particular, I think it looks amazing. I just found what I've been looking at Joker. Oh, is it? I just wondered what you think. I've been looking at Joker 1989 DX08, but I don't know whether to wait and see if Hot Toys do a 2.0. Everything I've heard, Natalie, is that Jack Nicholson doesn't give out his likeness anymore. So I really don't know if we're getting a 2.0. I feel like all the recent figures have been third-party knockoffs. I have the DX8, and honestly, as old as that figure is, that Jack Nicholson head sculpt is still amazing. It holds up. And even the Mime Joker, I think, looks fantastic as well. So I have the DX8. I absolutely love it. I think if you can find one in good condition, because I don't know if we'll get an official one. I mean, never say never, right? But that's everything that I've heard. And I feel like Jazz Inc. has said that in recent streams, that getting Jack Nicholson's likeness is kind of not on the cards. He just doesn't give it out. So I think Mars Toys did a purple coat Joker and they did the museum Joker, but I think the DX8 is great. It has so many accessories with it as well. I think it's really cool. Oh, by the way, InArt is still totally doing influencer batches. No. Are you saying, Bob, that John misled us? No, I won't believe it. Just letting certain vendors decide who gets an early copy as long as they're not blacklisted already. Well, I mean, I didn't believe anything of what John said about influencer batches because the same people keep getting them in the same order. And he tried to say, oh, no, it's not us, it's the vendors. But then Joel shared the story of how he wasn't getting them from Kit. If the vendors first of all, no brand's going to let a vendor decide. But second of all, people who were getting them early were then not getting them early. I think they just call them a different name. But the influencer batches, yeah, it's just, I have a chuckle every time I see the same people get everything first. And it's like, yeah, no influencer batches. Nothing to see here, folks. I was wondering what this giant fly sort of thing was when you put the MJ in front of it. It makes sense. Fly swatter? Okay. There goes my most anticipated figure. I'm sorry. I just... If we do Star Wars every week, then it's not as special. Yep, it was about William Wang being MIA and people asking to buy their... I can't believe that we're in, like, July and people are still... Is this a good website to buy from? No, it's really not. It's really not. The Galactus is going to make that Venom from Spider-Man 2, which I own, look like a mini-me figure in comparison. He's about 27.5 inches tall. Venom was 20.5. Yeah, he's 70 centimeters, which is... That's a lot. That's almost as tall as the tumbler is long, I want to say. So it's substantial. Has anyone got the 12th scale Bale Batman figure from InArt? I do not know. I personally do not. But if someone has it, let us know. Let us know what you think about it. So as I said, I just wanted to show this diorama because I think it's super cool. And I like accessories and things like that. So I talk about them. InArt. Speaking of InArt, nice segue. So these screenshots appeared across social media, apparently from a stream that they did in China, which I don't think has made it onto YouTube. We're not privy to it. It's been a while since InArt's done a stream. I think the last one was very early on in the year, I think on Will's channel. But they gave a little bit of an update on where things stand, which I appreciate, but I take all their news with a grain of salt. So what they have said in regards to DC, the new Superman's closed eye sculpt is designed to distinguish it from Henry Cavill's version and to express a sense of divinity. I personally don't understand the closed eyes head sculpt. Like, I thought that was going to be from a particular scene in the movie. Okay. Superman will be improved in the neck joint area, the emblem on the back of the cape, and the sleeves. There are no plans for a Clark Kent casual outfit version, and other Superman 2025 characters will depend on demand. Mr. Terrific is under consideration. Fair enough. I think if you were going to do a second character, I could understand it being Mr. Terrific. Bobby says the Bale Man is in stock at OSK. It sure is. Got it from Kit. Great little figure. Thank you, Toy Collector. There we go. I've seen some photos of it. It looks really nice to me. I always think of those 6-inch figures as being a little bit cheaper and lacking detail, but yeah, the photos I've seen of it are really nice. So that's the DC update. Oh no, there's more DC. Don't mind me. So Ben Affleck's Batman is planned for this year. I'm assuming pre-orders. A nightmare version with trench coat is also planned. Anne Hathaway's Catwoman head sculpt has gone through around 30 revisions and needs more time. It's planned for this year as well. That's the one I'm keen to see because I'm not particularly digging the Hot Toys 2.0. So that's one I might get tempted with. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is scheduled for release this year. I'm going to assume release means like open for pre-order and not release as in it's going to be in anyone's hands. Uncertain whether a new version of Black Suit Superman Henry Cavill will be released this year. Christopher Reeve's Superman, which I know is a big one, everyone or a lot of people I know have wanted to know about, is still being optimized. It's about 2 years of optimization because they showed that thing at like Wonderfest 2023. So I'll be keen to see what that looks like. Because I know a lot of people are waiting for the Christopher Reeve Superman. I have the InArt Bale Batman Deluxe figure, and it's great for the price. That's good to know. Ojaron has it shipped out to him. I was just curious. I was going to get a 12 scale Ultraman figure, but it ended up being more than the Bale Batman, so I got Bale Man. Fair enough. JND Kojun and Hathaway is my personal grail. Have you got that on pre-order, or are you just admiring it lovingly from a distance? Genuine question. So then the Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to pronounce things wrong. I'm sorry. I've seen The Hobbit many years ago, have not seen The Lord of the Rings. Ringwrath is expected to ship in Q3. The armor and accessories are ready, currently being assembled. Gandalf the White is not coming this year. Thorin is based on his appearance in the first film, so the Arkenstone will not be included as he had not obtained it yet. The paint job for the sword will be improved. Gimli is planned. Other Aragon versions are not planned for now. Sauron is too large to produce, will likely never be made. What have we got? I'm waiting for the Hathaway Catwoman. I've PO'd the new Superman as the first InArt I will get. Oh, that's cool. Very exciting. I would love an InArt Batman Begins, but we'll see. I mean, I think most people would just like a good Batman Begins suit. I and ah about the Hot Toys 2.0, and I don't love it. Like, I have the original and I have it in the First Night Out version, but I don't know. They still haven't got it right. So I don't know that I want to give them more money for that. Yes, I pre-ordered Kojun Catwoman early and was offered the exclusive 4th figure. That's cool. I still got 23 Hot Toys on pre-order. Is that down? Were you the person who said they had 40-something once? I can't remember. Someone told me they had 40-something pre-orders, and I was mildly freaked out for them. Luminaris here. Hello, guys. Hello to you, Lumi. Happy Friday. Lovely to see you in the chat. We're talking about the InArt announcements from Chinese social media. So, oh, hang on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the Hot Toys quarter-scale Batman Begins figure considered one of their better ones? I have it. I like it. It's not particularly posable. I consider it more like a statue. And I did have to get a different cape. It was okay, but it was just too much fabric. So I have it. I like it. I prefer the QS1, which is the Dark Knight Rises version. And I'll be honest, if they made a quarter-scale Bane, I would lose the quarter-scale Begins and I would put a quarter-scale Bane in there. That's probably... I don't often petition for quarter scales, but a quarter scale Bane I just think would be amazing. And I would love that very much. But yeah, I think the quarter scale one is good. It's just not particularly posable. 23, I'm glad I'm not the only one with that problem. Understood it posable, needed extra cape. Yeah, it's funny, I got the Jackson Zhu cape and I didn't love the cape clips. They don't, unless you angle the head down, they don't stay in place. So I actually then had to get some magnets so I could use the magnetic function. So the Hot Toys, it has a magnet, which is nice. Jackson's didn't. It just had like flat clips. So once I glued the magnets under the cape clips, I was a lot happier with it because it was just like if you looked at it the wrong way, the cape clips would just come out and it annoyed me. But with a couple of little magnets, I fixed that problem. Tijuana Mixie, happy Friday, collectors. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for coming along. So that's the InArt Lord of the Rings and Hobbit news. Then we go to Harry Potter. Dumbledore's costume is quite complex. The final design will be similar to what was already revealed in the prototype back in 2023 when they showed Christopher Reeve's Superman and Daenerys. It will be based off the Richard Harris version. Dumbledore will likely be the next Harry Potter announcement. No plans for Sirius Black at the moment. Which I think makes sense. If they're doing figures from the Philosopher's Stone, Sirius Black would be from later movies, personally. So for Game of Thrones, Daenerys is still planned and the head sculpt has been revised many times. Well, I should hope so, because that hybrid, like, sculpted rooted hair that they had on that Wonderfest prototype was not it. That was some 3-0 stuff there. That was not what we expect if you're going to say you're premium. So The Walking Dead figures are under license review again, with the head sculpts undergoing further optimizations. Never really watched The Walking Dead, so I have no idea with this IP. Is it a license that people are excited about? Will they still have an interest? I feel like that show maybe ended a while ago, so I'm genuinely curious. Are there people in the chat that are like hyped for Walking Dead, wanting Walking Dead? Like, genuine question. I have no idea of whether this is a good get for them or not. Then anime, which I don't know a lot about. The next figure for Chainsaw Man depends on which version gets approved by the licensor. Makima is coming. Negotiations ongoing for Chinese animation IPs, especially older domestic 3D animation. Discussions include Quinn's Moon. Hope I said that right. And then video games. Erlang Shen from Black Myth Wukong is planned for this year. Unable to obtain license for Death Stranding or Red Dead Redemption. Isn't Death Stranding what Hot Toys just announced? So no surprises there then. And the last other news, which had a few surprises for me. So they said not considering The Boys or a record of a mortal's journey to immortality, as other brands are already producing them. New IP acquired to be revealed in the future. InArt/Queen Studios will participate in this year's Wonder Festival and showcase many new products. We're waiting. No licenses currently for The Matrix, John Wick, The Last of Us, Pirates of the Caribbean. So this is the one that surprised me, because did they not previously say they were going to do The Matrix? Because I feel like when they were very new, they said they were going to do the new Matrix movie, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Matrix Revolutions. Then they're like, no, we realize that that's not as popular. We're going to look at doing, like, the original Matrix. And now they're saying no license? Did they have the license and lose it because they didn't produce anything? Or did they never have the license? This is what I don't understand. I get they're probably not going to get stuff that Hot Toys has. But I was really surprised at the mention of no license for The Matrix, because I thought they had it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me catch up on the chat. I have around 50 1/6 scale figures on pre-order. There's always a new figure release. My goodness, I probably have the most figures I've ever had on pre-order at the moment. I still think and hope it's less than 20, though. I don't know. Have a good day, Helen. Everyone, Helen, I'll catch the rest of the show later. Thank you for coming by, Miss Batwoman. I hope you enjoy the replay whenever you get to catch it. There's still spin-off shows going on for The Walking Dead. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I honestly stopped watching it a while ago, though. I just figured Bob Dylan's going to want... is it Daryl Morgan? Is that the character? Because he's then in Ballerina. I figured he just wants those head sculpts to kit bash his Ballerina character, whose name I have already forgotten because I'm not great with names, so apologies. Helen, you haven't watched The Walking Dead either. That makes 2 that I know of. So, story time with Helen. So when shows like The Walking Dead and Breaking Bad, and there was a few others came out, I was both working full-time and studying like a postgraduate degree. So I did not have a lot of free time. So I was really selective with the shows that I picked. And I feel like I only followed 2 shows during that time. And one was Arrow, and the other one was The Americans, which is just such an amazing TV series. I think it's on Disney Plus, with Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys. I think that was one of the most underrated TV shows ever. And I have to say, before I watched this series, did not like Kerry Russell. Couldn't stand her. Just would always think of Felicity. And then how she did not win an award for that series, like she was ripped off. She was ripped off. Don't think that was for me. Gutted they didn't get Red Dead Redemption. Hopefully that means Hot Toys has it at least. Well, I feel like Hot Toys is doing a lot more in that video game space, so maybe. Tremble Dust, you aren't wrong at Matrix. I remember early on there was mention of at least Neo, possibly Lost License. Well, that's what I was remembering, Tremble Dust. I was like, I can't be imagining this because I feel like Matrix got mentioned a lot, and I definitely remember them saying it was going to be the new movie, and then when that didn't go down as well, they're like, no, we're going to do it from the original trilogy, and then now they're saying no license. Don't understand. I'm the opposite with POs in total with different scales. I don't think I currently exceed 20. It's not a bad way to be, not have too many. I stopped watching The Walking Dead after the Negan arc ended. Justice for Carl. That means absolutely nothing to me. Yeah, I'm the opposite too. Had loads of POs last year and barely any this year. Trying not to PO much these days. Look, I understand that. I think for me, the things I have on pre-order are very much figures I need as part of existing lines. Like, I'm not going into new characters and IPs lightly. Because my space is at a premium. And I literally this week was drawing pictures of my room to try to map out the new cabinet I want to get and what will go where and how is everything going to be arranged. Because I'm also a massive nerd. Helen, I'm the same way. I'm very selective about what I spend my time watching. By the way, I'm the other person who hasn't seen The Walking Dead, any of it. High five. It's funny. I even bought the first season of Breaking Bad on DVD with the intent of watching it. And I feel like I just gave it away. I'd never even opened, it still had the plastic wrap around it. I just never got to it. And so many of these shows, I just never revisited. So this is why I have such a gap with viewing, because there was just a point in time where I did not have free time to really watch a lot of television, so I didn't. So that's InArt newsy news, according to Chinese social media. Let's talk about some JND. Apparently they're locked out of their Facebook group as part of some, I don't know, conspiracy theory. I can't remember what the guy said. But I will be honest, and I said this at the start, I think this Two Face figure is the nicest one they've done so far. That head sculpt to me is just so good. So good. The detail, the rooted hair, everything about it looks nice. If I'm remembering correctly, the Dark Knight suit is not a poseable figure. I'm pretty sure it's like a statue or power pose-esque, because with that figure, I think the big thing was the Bruce Wayne, which ironically not in this photo. And if you remember, that's part of the reason why they had to make some changes to that. And it was probably one of their first figures that didn't sell out in a crazy short amount of time. So interesting. They haven't shown Bruce Wayne here. But yeah, I just think it looks so good. I think it looks so good. I don't want to know what the price is because I don't want to buy this. Two Face and Harvey look awesome. They really do. So they've shown us photos of both. So I'm assuming there'll be the different combos where there'll be maybe just Two Face and then a 2-pack. But I mean, the suit looks really nice. The likeness looks good. The hair looks good. This looks like Aaron Eckhart. There's no debate in my mind. And I mean, Hot Toys, their Aaron Eckhart head sculpt they did came from the 1.0 and nice for the time, but certainly not up to this standard. So I have to give them credit where it's due. This looks really, really good. The Two Face sculpt is insanely good. Yeah, totally agree. You could use Harvey as a thank you for smoking figure. Oh, he even comes with a mic podium. He does. He comes with, and it's interesting because there was a third-party company. I can't remember if it was Daft Toys or someone else, and they announced a Harvey Dent third party with the podium. But I don't think that ever came out. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I don't think it ever came to fruition. Because I remember being tempted by the podium, and then I'm like, where are you putting a podium? And then I snapped out of it. Yeah, I really do think this looks like this sculpt. This sculpt is so good. Like, the mouth and the way that's done, the level of detail, like the Hot Toys 2.0 was a big step up, I think, from their original, but it's nothing compared to this. I can just picture him in the hospital bed like this. It's just, even just the way the burn effect is on the suit, it's like a step up. Dude in a suit does look good. Some dudes in a suit look amazing. Not every dude in a suit looks amazing, but this Harvey Dent is a pretty amazing dude in a suit. Personally, outside of Batman Begins, I'm over the Nolan trilogy in regards to figures, but happy for those who want Harvey and any future Nolan figures. Look, it's fair enough. I have a lot. Yeah, I would love to see some gaps filled. I've always been a bit disappointed we haven't had a licensed Ra's al Ghul or Lucius Fox. We all know how I feel about Nurse Joker. I've wanted a Nurse Joker for the longest time. And I think the thing I always come to is of things DC have done. Like, I think The Dark Knight is probably the most successful thing they've done. Like, do I say this century, as like a complete like series trilogy body of work. And I think it has this like, I think the popularity of it is lasting, and that's why they keep going back to it. I think particularly because DC's not had a lot to write home about. And people come into collecting at all different stages, because even third parties, like I feel like if you wait every couple of years, someone's doing the Stock Exchange Bane, someone's doing a version of Joker, someone's going to do a Scarecrow. Like Bruce Wayne suits all the time. So for the people who love it, it's amazing, but I can understand if you're not into it, it's boring, just like all the Star Wars is for me, right? Hot take, Helen. The Harvey Dent is incredible. I'm scared to see the price. I'm the same. Because that Aussie dollar is not doing amazingly. So I really don't want to buy this, but it looks so good. The rooted hair works for this figure, yeah. Because this is the thing, the Hot Toys one has like the part, which when you're looking at it front on is not bad, but I just look at everything about this. I just think it looks like, as I say, for me, this is the best looking prototype they've shown us. JND Studios company motto is make room. That's not a bad motto to have. Helen, speaking of Harvey, where is your version? Is it safe? Justice for 1.0. He's in a box over there. I'm trying to sell him, and it's going as well as you think. I've had radio silence, and then I had someone who, even though my ad said local pickup only, offer me a price that was like $100 less than my asking price, then expected me to ship it to him and cover PayPal fees. And when I was like, as per my ad, it's local pickup only, he's like, oh, what do you mean? It would only cost you like $20 to post it. I'm like, yeah, but you're asking for $100 off what I'm selling it for, which is almost like 40% off. And he's like, oh, it's the 1.0, not the 2.0. And I'm like, I'm aware of what I have. I feel like I've priced this reasonably. And I'm not responding anymore because you've wasted enough of my time. Thank you very little. So who knows? I may end up with it. I've listed 5 figures that I'm trying to sell. And part of me's like, I feel like I should just give them away because I feel like trying to sell older figures is just like, this is why I try to be so selective about what I pre-order, because the selling is just hard. It's hard. The time wasted, the haggling, the BS. I would rather not have to deal with it. Actually, correction, Nurse Joker would be an acceptable, because it hasn't been done. Warner Brothers head of merchandising. These are not figures for kids. Well, and this is the thing, Tremble Dust. Like, there's been conflicting things said, because InArt has said they won't license Nurse Joker. But then Daniel at JND has said that's not true. So who do you believe? I don't really know. I've kit bashed one for now. It's not amazing, but I did my best and it's in there. But that is one I would like to see. And Topo did say to me a while back they were going to do a Nurse Joker. So I'm hoping they stay true to that, because I feel like a good Nurse Joker would be popular, because it's been a long time since, I think it was CGL Toys did one. And I feel like that's got to have been, I feel like, a good 5 to 7 years ago. It was a long time ago. Smack my head. Some people expect you to take care of PayPal. Look, buddy, that's the asking price. Take it or leave it. That's my thing, Tremble Dust, because I say on my ads, like, the price is firm, for sale only, local pickup. And I say at the end, previous time wasters and offers will be ignored. And, like, I'm not offering postage, so why are you even messaging me? And then to be like, oh, it's only like $20 to post it. Cool, bro, but I don't then want you going, oh, there's an issue with my figure, PayPal claim. I try to sell locally where I can, and I know it takes me longer, but people can look at it. They can say they're happy with it. I can take cash in my hand. We can leave happy. I have, touch wood, not had issues selling, and I would like to keep it that way. I don't want to, I really try not to have to post stuff, because I feel like that's where you run into dodgy brothers people. Gotta love stupid buyers. Well, lowballers, not even buyers. These people just, I think, just scattergun message just to see if anybody bites at their low offers, and I refuse to. Dr. Nose here. Hi, Helen and fellow collectors. Hello, how are you? Hit the like button. It's free. It 100% is free. Thank you for quoting me. It's free. And, you know, I'm here keeping you entertained on a Friday evening here in Western Australia. So why not? Subscribe if you haven't. On-stream figure giveaway isn't a bad idea. I'd give it another week or so. If no nibbles, why not? Maybe, because I have like some 3-0 Game of Thrones figures. And the Arya Stark box is pretty small, so I'm like, that wouldn't be too expensive to give away. So we'll see. Helen, you can have a channel giveaway. Winner pays for postage and shipping. Well, I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. If I was giving it away, I feel like I'd want to cover the shipping. But my last giveaway was a bit of an eye-opener about process, and I can understand why people want the winners to be live in the chat, because the first person I just never heard from, so I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. The pins went to Danny. Hopefully he's enjoying them. To be honest, Daniel does not inspire confidence in regards to statements regarding licensing and what community wants. That man seems confused on some things, but again, this is just based off some streams I've watched him. It's fair enough. Daniel conveys what the community wants. If you disagree, you aren't part of his community. Oh, it's funny. I concur, wouldn't mind paying for postage. Okay, that's interesting. I do not know how much it would cost for me to post a figure overseas. But Australian dollars, right? Lol. So if you're in the US, it's probably going to be like half the price. I will think about it. Maybe 4K, 5K? I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll see how it goes. But I literally, I hate my life when I'm trying to sell figures. I'm not going to lie. That's why typically if I can give stuff to people, like I had a Captain America, like a motorcycle thingy that didn't fit my collection anymore. I just gave it to Iron Logan. I was like, here, you will enjoy this. I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of selling it and trying to ship it because it was delicate. So yeah, sometimes I'm just like, here, take this thing, enjoy. Because I don't want to have to deal with people. So yeah, JND Harvey Dent. So I'm pretty sure more news to come next week, but I am very keen to see what the SKUs are. I'm scared to see what the prices are, but it's looking fantastic. I'm really quite. That's actually, they didn't include the Catwoman in this either, because they've also got the Bruce Wayne and the Catwoman. Interesting decisions. Interesting decisions from JND. Kamen Riders. What do we say about the Kamen Riders? I don't know. Fun fact, when I was in Hong Kong last year, there were Kamen Rider stuff in stock. So it's not like it's a hotly sold out, not part of the Toy Hunters discount sales figures. But Hot Toys, they're doing more Kamen Riders. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the Kamen Riders because I know nothing about them. So what are we getting? We're getting the Battle Hopper. It kind of looks like a grasshopper, I guess. We're getting Kamen Rider Black. Sure. We're getting Shadow Moon. Magnetic activated LED light up function. Excuse me? You have my attention, Howie Claus. I want to know more about this. And if people have heard more about this, I don't know if Bob's still around because Bob is big on the detail. Because what I couldn't see in this is if it's USB light up. So is this back to batteries? Because we have said we want 2025 to be the year of USB light up. But magnetic activated light up function. That intrigues me and I want to know more. I want to know more about what this means. Is it with batteries? Is it with USB? I'm assuming there's just like a little thing we wave in front of it and it turns on. Like, I think that's cool. I don't know if anybody saw any more details about magnetic activated LED light up function, but I do want to know more. Because this is, like people have been saying, Hot Toys, we want you to be innovative. We want you to be doing different things. I'm very excited by this. I hope it's USB light up combining with this magnetic activation. I'm as I say, my interest in Kamen Riders is not much, but I'm keen to see this in practice. I really am. I guess JND was only showcasing the Dark Knight and saving Catwoman for the Dark Knight Rises and Bane reveal. Oh, maybe. That's a good point. Sounds like the same system the Hono Iron Man uses, which does use batteries. Oh, interesting. Okay, I've not paid attention to that. Because I went through the description and it just said LED light up, LED light up. There was no mention of USB. So I was like, if we taken a step forward in that we've got the magnetic activation, but we're taking a step back in that it's batteries. Nobody wants batteries, Howie Claus. Although people want Okoye Howie Claus. So I know you're not watching, but I like to think maybe one day. someone in your office might stumble across something and go, oh, Okoye. People want her. That would be nice. Excuse me. It's time to talk about the Fantastic Friday stuff. So I don't know if I was the only one, but yesterday Hot Toys made this announcement, and I honestly had no idea what this meant. Get ready to be captivated by the Sophie, is that how you pronounce it? Sophie? Masterpiece series from Hot Toys, where art and pop culture collide in stunning vinyl creations. It's more than just collectibles. It's Sophie art collection that bridges toys and high-end display craftsmanship. Stay tuned for exciting reveal of the first Sophie figure from the new series. So they made this post yesterday with this little logo they've come up with. I had no idea what this was. In my mind, I'm going, is this going to be like their artist impression figures that they do? Like, they did that Iron Man with the clear plastic pieces. They've done, when I was in Hong Kong, they had some artist impression Spider-Man figures. I didn't know what this was going to be. And I did not have this on my bingo card due to size. The first Sophie figure, Galactus from the Fantastic Four. And I don't know that many people thought this was getting made. And as I say, I'm not hugely familiar with the Fantastic Four, but I was told Galactus is a big honking dude. Fair play. So as I said before, in my mind, I thought, sure, we're going to get Pedro at a minimum. But I thought, if Galactus is this big, surely they're going to represent him in a different way, like a diorama, like the Sandman for No Way Home. I totally had that in my head. I did not have in my mind they were going to essentially do a 70 centimeter, convert to inches. I don't know what that is. Actually, I have a tape measure. How much is 70 centimeters in inches? Let's find out together. It's about 28 inches. What's that? 2 and a bit feet? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of figure. I did not think this was coming. So for me, I'm like, is this a Hot Toys push? Is this a studio push? I don't know, but I will be so keen to see how this sells and how this goes. Is this going to be very limited and then become a grail because people didn't order it because they didn't have size? Is it going to be everywhere? I really don't know what to expect. I'm assuming Sophie is a Sofubi vinyl figure, 1/6 scale crossover. Oh. Soft vinyl. So basically cross between Cos Babies and Hono. Well, that's everyone's dream. The Cos Babies. The Cos Babies, my goodness, 5,000 Cos Babies. Does anyone collect Sofubi? I have a few figures. Some of the artists are amazing. I have no idea what this is. Oh, Marksy, greeting and welcome back to Healthy Society. Thank you. I'm feeling much better. I have to say, little Shuri, who's down here, was a wonderful nurse. Whenever I'm sick, she very much camps by my side and looks after me. So Shuri's the real MVP. Did not realize Galactus was Sophie. Sophie, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Not what I expected from this line. I half expected it to be their attempt at getting into the Labubu market, or maybe like those core statue things. But that's my thing. Like, Jim, I when they made that announcement, I was like, what does this mean? Like, what is this line going to be? And then I was not expecting like Galactus. Like, that totally knocked me for 6. Was not expecting that. But Big Rib's here. Hello, Helen. Congratulations on your YouTube accomplishments. Thank you, Big Rib. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing really well. I'm still mind blown. 3,500 people listen to some random woman in Australia talk about plastic. It's amazing. It's an amazing time we live in. So Galactus, not on anyone's bingo card, I wouldn't have thought. And of course, they made this first announcement and then straight away teased the Pedro Pascal figure, Reed Richards, is it? And showed the scale. Like, this is a big piece, approximately 7 centimeters, which I just learned is about 28 inches. I don't know what cabinet can fit that. If you're doing a garage display, like, you've got the flexibility. I don't know if there's emoji cases that are that tall. I guess DTOS, if you take out a shelf, probably you could make that happen. But it looks cool. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit Power Pose-esque. I think it only has, like, I say only, it's 6 points of articulation. But to be honest, articulation to me at this scale, I go, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you guys have pulled it off. And he comes with the miniature figures attachable to the body. And as I say, like, I would have thought it was the reverse, that the 6 scale figures had parts of Galactus as a diorama base, and that was going to represent the character. But as I say, like, it's a big move. Like, we know Hot Toys, they've made some announcements of late that didn't go to plan. The Bat Missile, which they announced and cancelled. That was this year. In the past, we had the Young Barry, we had the Sicarian Iron Man. So it's interesting because even in Hong Kong, like, they often say, like, space is limited, and it is. It's a lot of high-rise living. It's a big figure, so I am quite keen to see what the response is to this. I also don't want to know how much Sideshow is going to cost, like, charge people to ship this thing. I don't want to know, because I feel like Sideshow shipping is pricey. Like when I got my John Wick figure from them, it made me appreciate pop culture, because they give you free shipping in Australia if your order is more than $100, which is every Hot Toy. So I typically don't pay for postage. So I was a little bit salty. So I feel sorry for anyone who's having to pay stupid postage to get this. I feel like it's going to be expensive. So Silver Surfer has to be down the pipeline, right? I mean, maybe Johnny Storm we're still waiting for. So I don't know what that means, because I think people would genuinely have joy in Hot Toys releasing a full team, even if they don't want the Fantastic Four. Them completing a team, I think a lot of collectors would see as a win based on recent history. I've seen the Kamen Rider Black series. Saban brought him over as the Masked Rider in the mid-90s, combining the two series, Black and RX, and used footage for both. I'm just interested by the magnetic light-up function. But thank you for that insight. I as I say, I'm the last person who's going to admit that I've seen a lot of stuff, because I do not. Luke Christian, hello. I feel like this definitely opens up the possibility of getting young he from the Squid Games, red light, green light. Look, I hope you're sitting down, but I have not seen Squid Games. I do want to see it. Can I just say I have intent to see it? Isn't there a third series coming out? I feel like with streaming stuff, because there can be such a gap in seasons, I feel like I like to watch things when everything's available, and I don't binge watch. Like, I do like to space it out, but it's like Stranger Things, because I saw the first 2 seasons and I don't remember a lot of it, and I know the 5th season's coming out, so now that makes me want to revisit that I can see it all the way through. 3's already out. Well, it shows you how good I am at keeping up the news. Thank you. So, okay, I need to add that to my list that grows, and I feel like I never get to tackle, but I do want to see it. I am interested by Squid Games, I have to say. Congrats on 3.5k subs. Well deserved in my humble opinion. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Everyone's had really lovely things to say about me and my milestone today. So I'm feeling very, very loved, very humbled. I agree. I don't think any of these. I don't think I'll get any of these, but I was psyched to see them released almost the entire team before the film comes out. I literally was racking my head to think, before a movie's even released, when have they announced so many figures? Because even getting like the Superman before the movie released, like the announcement, what else was announced before? But like even that feels rare nowadays. So I was just not expecting 6 SKUs today. That was just not on my bingo card. They are doing a whole Squid Universe game now. Squid Game Universe now. Oh, are they doing spin-offs? Oh, I don't have time for that. Even an American version. Oh, I wonder if they'll come down under. I know I can't get all of these, but I absolutely love the thing minus the beard, of course. I should skip through the slides, shouldn't I? So Galactus, as I mentioned, 6 points of articulation with rotatable movement in the head, upper arms, forearm, and wrist. Look, if this was power pose with no movement like the Bruce Wayne, I would have respected that. But the fact she can move parts of it for the size, I'm impressed by. So I will be very keen to see how this comes out. So, as I say, I have to take my hat off for them for tackling this, because this is an undertaking, seriously. Fantastic Four are my faves after Spidey, okay, but not super excited for the film. All these figs. Would like the Thing to have the option to wear shorts so the chest and legs are exposed. Never liked him in a full suit. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have any feeling towards the film, and I don't know why. I can't even explain why. Like, even Superman, like, as I say, he's not my guy, but I was still like, oh, so keen to see, like, this rendition, and how's James Gunn gonna go, and like, I really liked the Thunderbolts, and given this is, like, the new age of MCU as well, I feel like I should be hyped, because Thunderbolts was so good, so I feel like I should come into this going, yes, this should be good, like, Marvel's bouncing back, and I don't know if it's because, like, spoiler, Ironheart I did not enjoy one bit. So I don't know if that brought me down from the high of the Thunderbolts too much. I just don't know. I feel like I will feel compelled to go to the cinema early to see it, because I don't want the spoilers. But I just don't know what to make of it. I just don't know what I should be expecting with the Fantastic Four. I'm genuinely going in blind, which I typically do like, but I don't know. I don't want to go there and be like, oh, okay, I didn't like it, but we'll see. The figures they put out for the previous Black Sun for Amazon was okay, this is about the Kamen Riders, I think. A famous female actor of ours is in season 3, Helen or Luke. I'm the worst at knowing this stuff. I'm the worst at knowing this stuff. I have no idea who is in Squid Game season 3. Okay, I will do my best to try to watch it. I think since the team has been primarily the same 4 characters, they need to let folks know you will get all 4 and not worry about we will get stuck with only 2 or 3. I agree, Winman. I totally agree. Let's have a quick look at Galactus. So, as I said, we've got LED light up function. No talk of USB, so I'm guessing it's batteries. We've got the miniature figures, which you can display around him. Not much else. Fair enough. It's a big figure, and I will be interested to see what the price is on this. I have no idea what this may or may not cost for people. And then Galactus was followed by Hot Toys cover photo on their Facebook page is the team. And as I said, as much as this, I'm 99.999% sure I'm not getting this, I do want them to make the whole team. Because I do think collectors need to see that Hot Toys is prepared to commit to lines. Because I'm so convinced now that with Thunderbolts, we're only getting Yelena. Like, I am so like, wow, they're only making Yelena. They're not making anyone else. So in my mind, I'm already going, do I kit bash a Bucky? How do I tackle this? But I think it would be good for Hot Toys to actually show that they will complete an entire team. I'll be interested to see the price of Galactus. That's going to be a lot of space, but awesome. They're making it. Totally agree with everything you've said there. You feel how you feel. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to see an in-hand review of Galactus. Size might put people off ordering. I'd be afraid he could be cancelled. Well, and is this going to be interesting? Because I'm assuming at some point, or even right now, is there a prototype down at Secret Base? Will we start seeing some in-hand footage from some of our collectors in Hong Kong? That's what I'm keen to see because, like the cabinet they typically put the prototypes in, that's not fitting Galactus. So are they taking a shelf out? Are they going to set up a separate little space? Because I remember with the Bat Missile, they had set up like a little table and they'd like put like sort of a little barricade around it to sort of indicate like don't be touching the Bat Missile. But yeah, I mean, I would have thought if they've announced a whole new line and this is the first figure from it, surely they're not cancelling that. But I think it will be interesting to see or get a sense down the track of volume. And if this is something that is in stock for ages or whether it becomes one of those hard to find things that you never see available. Time will tell. Earth 616 Collector. Hello, I think that's a new name. I will get all of these. Galactus is one of my favorite villains. Well, they've got at least one sale, and that's awesome. Like this is for someone. It's not for me. It's definitely for a lot of people, though. I absolutely can hardly wait to get the Galactus just for the lols. It's like adopting a statue. Well, I mean, all those people who wanted MODOK and didn't get him, like, get Galactus instead. Am I just trolling people now? Hot Toys burnt collectors with the Guardians 3 by not releasing Drax. They got to be more upfront now. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do the whole Guardians team, given it was essentially their last outing together, a different look with the uniforms. I really thought they would do all of them. So yeah, I have no rhyme or reason in my mind as to why they didn't. I would have thought people would have wanted the whole team. In regards to Hot Toys Galactus, I have the Hasselblad Galactus and I'm good. More points of articulation than Hot Toys versions, but get what you like. So, I don't know a lot about Hasselblad, but I've heard about them. Are these like... Is this like a GoFundMe type thing where it needs to get a certain amount of backing to be made? Or is it like a timed pre-order where it's like you've got a month and whoever orders in the month, that's all we're making? Because I don't particularly know, but I'd like to know. The Galactus looks good, but it's just too large for my display. Still not sure about the team until I see the film. Yeah, that's completely understandable. That's why I was shocked we got 2 Superman figures and like the movies. It's interesting times. I think I need another She-Hulk for Fantastic Four modded outfit. Oh. How many She-Hulks do you still have, Bobby? I'd be keen to know. Helen, I would love to speculate the price for Galactus, $575, and Thing is $375, Mr. Fantastic $285, Johnny $300, Sue $265, and Surfer $350. Look, that Galactus, if it's $575 US, that's literally going to be like $1,000 here in Australia. This will be interesting. And I wonder with the Mr. Fantastic, I don't know that the price is going to be at $285. And we'll talk about that a bit later, because I think with all that he's coming with, which is like essentially like if I'm interpreting it correctly, a second statue body with the stretch effects, I can't think it's got to be more expensive. And I get that's the deluxe version, but maybe the standard might be $285, but I don't know about that deluxe. If you're getting a whole second body, I have to think that's going to be a lot more. I really love how the Thing looks. Let's talk about the Thing then. You're giving me some lovely segue tonight, Jaron. Thank you very much. The Thing announced. And look, I say I don't know a lot about the Fantastic Four. I look at this and it's interesting by design and the character. I like the fact that you are getting two different head sculpt looks. You've got the beard, as someone else mentioned. You have the option to have him with or without the suit. We like options, right? Options are always good. So I like that Hot Toys has done it. They've made the shirt removable. You've got the head sculpt. I feel like, you know, for me, this is probably going to be a figure that's like a Hulk size, right? And they don't always come with a lot of things. So I think the fact you're getting some options with the outfit and a different head sculpt, I think that's really cool. Blurred Dad Life is here. Hello. Hi, Helen. Happy to know you're feeling better. I am. Thank you. The Fantastic Four looks good, but this is a budget breaker for me. I would just admire them from far away from now. Yeah, you can use my phrase, which I say, I'll admire them lovingly from a distance. As I say, like, that Galactus, I'm so keen to know the price, because that's got to be up there. Oh, I've triggered people. I'm still salty MODOK was not announced for PO. There went my Jehovah Witness deterrent, would put them off. Oh, would put him in the front of the house. Oh, see them run. Oh, goodness. You know what? Keep an eye on that auction site. Maybe Hot Toys I can't promise soon, but maybe in 10 years' time, they're going to auction some prototypes and you can get that MODOK. Maybe. I mentioned this before, but I only watched the first trailer of any film to avoid spoilers, which I did with this film. Then Hot Toys goes and shows us, Franklin and what the Thing has a beard for some reason. Okay, I don't watch spoilers. I don't watch trailers. I don't seek them out. I saw a trailer for this in the cinema before. I was going to say Spider-Man, Superman. And I feel like I barely remember half of it, except it just had that very retro look. Okay, HasLab, pretty much GoFundMe. If they reach certain goals, additional accessories figures would be added. With Galactus, I got a Silver Surfer Nova and one other figure. Cost was about $475. I think, okay, interesting. It will be keen to see what the Hot Toys version is. So is your HasLab one, I'm assuming then that's 6 scale as well, given I've seen a couple of people refer to it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm assuming Hot Toys would have an awareness of them. But it sounds like you're getting a lot more extras than what you're going to get with the Hot Toys one. Marvel should get a Japanese studio to do a Silver Surfer anime with the backstory. Cousin Anthony is here. It's time for snack time with Helen. Oh, Galactus is 1950 Hong Kong dollars only? I'm going to do a quick little conversion. I'm assuming that's direct from Hot Toys, though. I have a converter app on my phone because I am a nerd. 1950. Really? 1950 Hong Kong dollars is just under 250 US. So I'm not familiar with how much the sideshow markup is, but that's not ostentatious. So that's about 380 Australian dollars, which is so below a standard Hot Toys figure. Like, by comparison, like The Last of Us 2, Last of Us Joel Miller, which is a, guy in clothes, some accessories, that retails for like $500 here. If you're in the UK, it's 184 Great British pounds and 213 euro. So interesting. That's very well priced. In Hong Kong, we'll see how much it is for other retailers. It is a power pose after all. I know, but it's huge. Like, it's 70 centimeters. Like, it's crazy. Helen, there's no way this thing is Hulk size. Oh, okay, maybe Hawaiian Hulk, but not Savage Hulk. He's too small for my liking, but I need to see the movie. I love the thing. Oh, okay, maybe like Endgame Hulk. Okay, I thought he would be bigger, but interesting. Oh, so I think this is about the HasLab. More or less 12th scale, 31 inches from feet to helmet. I think 24 points of articulation, including articulated finger digits. Battery-powered LED. Nice. Thank you. Sideshow has about a 30% markup. Okay. Times 1.3. So a 30% markup is 323 US dollars. Interesting, because I know space is an issue, but if that thing was like 330 US dollars, maybe some people might actually consider it. I don't know. So everything that you are getting with the thing. So they have these special editions, which I'm assuming are a Hong Kong only thing, where a lot of the figures come with a collectible card with a display case, which, to be honest, I don't mind an exclusive like this because it's a nice to have. It's not a part of the figure. Like, I got annoyed with things like the John Wick 4, where the rifle was special edition and you could only get that from Sideshow for me. Stores like Pop Culture don't get that option. So I'm quite happy when the special thing is not what I deem to be like a key accessory or something that I think is quite essential to the character. So collector's card, great, have at it. So as we mentioned, we've got interchangeable head sculpts, rolling eyes, removable top. You do get a display stand with them, which is cool because, it's a big figure. Sometimes they don't include them. Some swap out hands. You get quite a lot with them. The Invisible Woman. 2 skiers for this one. So you can have the figure with or without Herbie. And I thought it was interesting that you have the option to get Herbie twice. You can get it with the Invisible Woman or with Mr. Fantastic. I don't know why that is. If there's a reason why that is, let me know. Are there multiple Herbies? Is it one Herbie? Is Herbie the new Grogu? Let me know. But the Invisible Woman and Herbie. I know some people did the very typical, doesn't look like the actress. I'm going to wait to see some in-hand shots. That's how I tend to roll a bit more. But this is another figure where you get quite a bit with it. So the difference with the deluxe and the standard is Herbie, but with this, regardless, you're getting the baby and the, I don't know what you call that, like capsule, baby carrier. With both the standard and the DX, you're getting the effects, flight stand. It's very cool. And I think these suits look fabric. So they should be easy to pose. Hopefully they'll be easy to pose, not causing damage. Like, that is the upside of a fabric suit, is that doesn't tend to stick on itself. It doesn't tend to crease and have those issues. So that might be a really cool thing about this set, that the fabric lends itself to having some pretty interesting posing options. So we like posing. Cousin Anthony, I don't know if you're interested in the Fantastic Four. Let me know. But if you're driving, don't let me know, because don't text and drive, please. So as I say, even if you're getting just the standard version, you're still getting a lot. So Herbie even has interchangeable face plates. So Hot Toys really, Howie Claus really loves Herbie. Interchangeable face plates with the Herbie. And I guess that's more bang for their buck, right? Like, just include him with lots of stuff. He's then cheaper to produce if we make more. So Rolling Eyes, which I think is a pretty standard feature in 2025. Cradle, that's the word I wanted. Cradle with removable cover. It's old and I'm old and I'm tired. We've got the effects. We've got the baby. We've got a display stand. We've got swap out hands and gloved hands. Yeah, quite a bit. I am so keen to see what the prices are on these figures. That sculpt seems a little off. A lot of people have said that. So this is why I am quite keen to see some of the in-hand footage from Secret Base. So hopefully 6-scale Kawu, MRC, one of those guys, hopefully they're heading down there and getting us some footage. Baby Franklin would technically be the new Grogu. But he's not included. Well, I don't know if Baby Franklin is a he or she. But they're not with everything, whereas Grogu was with everything and Herbie's with everything. So I feel like Herbie is Grogu. It's weird, but it appears they have SKUs with just the characters and also combo packs of each figure with the Herbie. And that's what got me, Winman. Like, 6 SKUs, which is a lot. But to have both Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman have deluxe options with Herbie, like, that's all I didn't understand. That's why I was wondering, are there multiple Herbies or is it the same Herbie? Because it looked the same to me. But as I said, I don't pretend that I really know the IP that well. So it did surprise me that you were getting the same thing, because I don't, because that's the difference with both of the deluxes. From what I could see, the difference was Herbie. So you're not really like, what's the appeal to get 2 deluxes? And I don't know what Herbie is or does. So maybe that is a huge appeal and people want to army build Herbies. I don't know. But it did seem odd to me that it was the same extra accessory with both of the figures. Overall, I think Sue looks good, but there's something in the eyes that is throwing me a bit. Bassinet, yeah, that's a much better word than baby carrier, isn't it? This might be weird, but I don't like the look of the actress or the actor for Mr. Fantastic, not their talent, not liking them for these roles, sorry. Well, I remember when, I think there was a bit of surprise, though, when Pedro was cast, because he's not a typical aesthetic for Mr. Fantastic, I want to say. And also he's in everything. Pedro doesn't really say no, I guess. So yeah, he's a bit Pedro everywhere, isn't he? But I mean, I'm my big lesson, I think I've said this before in the stream, my big lesson with casting was like Anne Hathaway Catwoman. Because when she was cast, I just was so like, what are they doing? Anne Hathaway can't be Catwoman. This is going to be such a train wreck. And she was fantastic. So I feel like I ate some humble pie. And from that point, I'm like, I'm going to wait to see before I decide if someone is or isn't suitable. I feel like I should give that a name. It's like the Anne Hathaway Convention or something like that, because that's how I feel like since then. I'm like, reserve judgment till you see the actor, because you don't know what people see. It's like Game of Thrones. Like, you look at some of those actors and what they look like compared to the show, and I'm just in awe of, like, how do these casting people have the vision to see past certain characteristics and go, yes, that's Cersei Lannister, that's Daenerys Targaryen. I guess it gives you an option to get Herbie if you don't want to buy all 4 characters. Would people not want all 4? I don't know. Like, genuine questions. I have no idea. Oh, wow. You really don't want Herbie to be the new Grogu, but I'm going to stick with that line now. Herbie is the new Slimer, like the Blitzway Ghostbusters 4-pack exclusive. Oh, goodness. I love how Sue looks. I'm glad someone does. She looks familiar. Well, Bob, if you know, you know. And I have no idea if my comment was a hot take, but please know I 100% meant it as a compliment. So, I'll probably only get the main characters of this movie, Sue Storm, Franklin, Herbie, and Galactus. Sue's head mobility seems limited to me with the sculpted hair. It 100% will be. It 100% will be. Yeah. With the hair coming over the front of the shoulder, it probably will be. I have that with my Snowsuit Black Widow, and I love that sculpt. But I can only turn her head one way because the hair is in the way. It is what it is. Although, I still think you got her in an action pose there. I don't think the sculpt looks too not right. Mr. Fantastic with Hold Your Hat, Herbie. Figure it out. Hey, everybody, I believe Pedro was the 4th choice for Mr. Fantastic. Are you being punny, or is that true? One moment. It's cold. I wonder, I don't follow, like, a lot of movie news. I'm like, I live in a bubble, as I say. For the most part, I've been impressed with Marvel's casting so far. To be fair, we don't get to see most times the actors' auditions, if applicable, and what kind of actor they want to fit the script. I'm posing Sue next to my Angelina Jolie Thena A-Force loading. I mean, I love an A-Force. I'm down for an A-Force. So I do agree. I do wait and see for actors cast. I've been surprised by some, others not so much. So open one for me. Oh, if Hot Toys is offering Herbie, then we also need Gary from Superman. Well, I mean, a lot of people have wondered if we're going to get a battle damage Superman. So maybe you could get Gary with the battle damage Superman. Oh my God. And they're making that, like, Pilates bed for Darth Vader. So maybe they can, like, repaint it and you can get, like, Pilates bed for Soups in his battle damage suit with Gary. Howie, my gift to you is this suggestion. So, Mr. Fantastic with Herbie. And look, Hot Toys is getting bang for their buck with the Pedro Pascal license. We saw Joel Miller announced last week, which we didn't talk about because I couldn't sit upright. But I do think that Pedro likeness is good for Joel, and I think it's good with this figure as well. I don't know. I don't know if the costumes and the vibe of it is part of what is, like, not getting me hyped for this movie. Like, I don't know what to expect. Like, is this going to be some kind of retro? I don't know what to make of it. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be like some Batman 66 type thing. Is it going to be like a modern day superhero? I don't know. I have no idea what to expect, seriously. But does it look accurate to me of what I saw in that one trailer and what I know Pedro Pascal to look like? Yeah, it does. It really does. This is what interests me, and this is where I am genuinely quite intrigued to find out how much this costs. Because if I'm reading this correctly, and if I'm not reading this correctly, again, correct me. Interchangeable sculpted statue body with separable upper and lower parts. So you're getting this suit, this body, which is 6 scale, fabric suit, posable, go to town. You're getting a second body, like a power pose sculpted body that has some interchangeable parts. I'm so keen to know how much that costs. First of all, I'm so glad they're doing that. But I'm pretty sure both the standard and the deluxe have this second body. So this is where I think it's interesting, because I think had the standard one just been the Mr. Fantastic in the fabric suit, that's a point of difference. But the only difference, if I'm remembering correctly, is Herbie. So I really kind of find it surprising that that's the difference. Like, I could have totally got if they went, we're going to give you the standard figure, you can get that at a lower price, you can get the Invisible Woman, I think that's her name, deluxe if you want a Herbie, and then if you want to go all out on this guy, you can get the second body. But I do, and I said this with my unboxing of the Armory, which if you haven't watched, why haven't you watched? Go watch it, please. I didn't know what I was going to think of the Power Pose Bruce Wayne. I really bought that Armory thinking I was going to, like, not display that Bruce Wayne, sell off that Bruce Wayne, was not of interest to me. And I really like it. Like, I liked it a lot more than I expected to. So I do like that in scenarios like this, Hot Toys is giving us this, because I think it was I'm going to get it wrong. Is it One Punch? One Piece? I forget. Luffy. And he has the extendable limbs. And they had, like, joints. And it looked really bad. So I think for characters like this, I would be down for it being more of a power pose statue type body. Like, give us the swap out limbs. Like, have some pre-posed and seamless, and have some with joints if you do want to do some kind of funky pose. But as I said, if I'm reading this correctly, separate body, which I think is cool. But as I said, like, I'm pretty sure both the standard and deluxe includes it, which to me is interesting, because I think you could have offered the standard at, I hate the phrase collector-friendly price, but at a more collector-friendly price if you had an option where it was just the cloth outfit. Let me catch up on the chat. I was on a bit of a rant. I have petro fatigue. Oh, wait, don't translate that. It's funny, on the rundown, I don't know if that exists anymore, Cousin Anthony and Logan talk about pedrogasms. And I think if you're prone to pedrogasms, you might need a cup of tea and a lie down, because there's been a lot of pedro action of late. I think this is about my question. So retro at Fantastic Four. I watched a few of the trailers so far. Definitely retro and theorized different reality than main MCU. And you know what? I personally feel like having MCU properties that don't require a whole bunch of pre-watching and connection to other stories is not a bad idea. Because I know for some friends, they find it overwhelming to be like, okay, if I see this movie, like, what else do I have to have seen? And I know for one of my friends, we saw the Marvels, we enjoyed it. The fact that Ms. Marvel was kind of not as essential previewing, like, it's handy, but it's like you can still get a sense of her. I think that's a thing that becomes a bit much for people, having to, okay, I have to watch these 3 movies and then this series and then that, and then I can watch this. So having things stand on their own, I think, is not a bad thing. We shall see, correct. Surprised they didn't paywall the action body, just Herbie. And that, yeah, I'm the same, Bob. I really thought they would make it, you've got to get the deluxe. This Mr. Fantastic is like the Hot Toys Luffy from One Punch. You're questioning me. The body, think about it. Because he has those stretched out limbs, but they don't look great because he's wearing like a vest and shorts, if I'm remembering correctly, and you had so many visible seams. It didn't look great. And I remember at the time I'd said it's a shame that they didn't have swap out limbs that were seamless. So I feel like as far as the stretchy limbs, like, it's similar. You know what I'm talking about. It makes sense. Same thing with Baby Franklin in the main. And this is my thing, Bob. I thought I got it wrong for a second. I was like, am I missing something with the differences? Because I went through the photos and I was like, oh, it's the same thing. I thought surely the baby is coming with just the DX, but it was with the standard. And that's why I was missing, like, is there more than one Herbie? Is there some difference in the Herbies that I'm not seeing? I just didn't know. I just didn't know. I don't know. It was really perplexing to me. So I am keen to see what the price difference is between the deluxe and the standard. Like, I can't think it's going to be that significant. But it does surprise me because I always think of DXs or special editions having a lot more, but then unique things, not 2 having the same exact accessory. I don't know if it's One Piece or One Punch. I always get it wrong. You know what I'm talking about. I really hope the movie is good. The more I look at Hot Toys Mr. Fantastic, he looks great. I want to see how stretched the body looks in hand. I think it's cool. I really do think it's cool. But as I said, I'm a bit surprised that both versions are coming with the stretched body. I don't get it. Howie Claus is an enigma wrapped in a riddle. He works in mysterious ways. So, Mr. Fantastic, the deluxe edition that comes with Herbie. Rolling eyeballs, which we expect. As I say, interchangeable body. I think that's so cool that they're doing that. Herbie with his interchangeable faceplates, why not? You're getting some swap out hands, some swap out gloves, the display base, which seems to be consistent between all the characters, which, fair enough. It's what we expect. But I think it's cool. As I say, I think these will be interesting figures based on the makeup of them, and they will, to me, I feel like they will be quite collector friendly as far as posing and doing something quite interesting and dynamic with the display. I cannot tell. Those boots, to me, are they split cut? Are they not? They look like one piece to me. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But I think it looks good. I think I personally, I think all of them look like pretty interesting figures. I really hope the movie is good. The more I look at Hot Toys Mr. Fantastic. Oh no, I think I already read that. Don't mind me. Goodness, it's late and I'm tired, as I often say on a Friday. But yeah, I am. Let's take a look back. So that's the entire lineup. 2 Herbies, but no Johnny Stormers yet. So I have to assume / hope he is coming. I did wonder if he has not been announced, as would something included with this figure be some kind of a spoiler, or I don't know. But it's interesting because some people did wonder, are they announcing these so early because there's going to be second suits in the movie? I don't know. I think already going in with 6 figures, and I get it, it's 4 because who's going to buy 2 of each of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible One? Probably no one. But it's already a pretty big commitment. Like, I'm going to guess 4 figures and Galactus to then do another suit. But that's the kind of cheeky thing Hot Toys does. Get these out first, get the pre-orders, and then, oh, look, there's new modern suits that come later on. I don't know, 100% theorizing. Do I know anything about the movie? No, I don't. I don't know anything about anything. I'd like to live in a world where we get announcements and teasers more regularly before movies drop. But I mean, we got the ballerina tease, and where's Eve Macaro? Where is Eve? Still no Eve. I'm waiting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting excited. Franklin is introduced in the MCU. Even in his baby form, he is potentially powerful. I know nothing about any of these characters. What is going on with Johnny? He is in the team photos, but not on his own solo shots. Let's start some juicy conspiracy theories. Well, and that's the thing. And everybody's already going, oh, they're not going to make him Hot Toys. And I'm like, you've made it the cover photo of your Facebook page. I have to think he's coming. And I would this is where I'd love to be like a fly on the wall to know, like, getting as many figures as we had, was it a Hot Toys decision? Is this a Disney push? Like, you must. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. I just hit my desk. These are the kind of things we'll never know, but I would love to know. I would love to know. We're still waiting on Gambit and Elektra reveal from Deadpool and Wolverine, and additional figures from Thunderbolt and Ballerina. Excuse spelling. Well, and that's my thing. I'm really starting to wonder, Tremble Dust, like, are we only getting Yelena from the Thunderbolts? Because it feels that way to me. Like, when did the Thunderbolts come out? Was it in May? So we're a couple months down the road, and they did that team teaser, which, you know, is not like this where you've full on got the faces, you can clearly see figures. So I don't know what to think. I really am starting to try to curb my expectations with the Thunderbolts and be like, I think we're just getting Yelena. Ballerina, I hoped we would have seen something by now, particularly if it's going to be just the one figure from the movie, like just show us. I don't know. But yeah, the rest of the Resistance, it really surprises me because it's almost been a year since that movie was released, and they've gone so down deep into the movie lineup, and they've still not done Gambit and Elektra. And Gambit was like, I was so convinced if they didn't do the whole Resistance, they would do Gambit and Blade. So them not doing Gambit really has surprised me. Unless they can't get the Channing Tatum likeness. I don't know, but then why would you do the teaser if you didn't have the likeness rights? I like the retro look and feel of the movie and the figures. It reminds me of the 67 Fantastic Four cartoon series. Not familiar with it. I am genuinely intrigued to see it and see how I feel afterwards, because I'm going in blind, no expectation, no idea what to think, feel, do, which is rare. Personally, I will never buy Herbie. I hate that stupid robot. Oh, okay. Watched the cartoon as a kid when he appeared, and know Johnny in the cartoon because he was signed to do a solo film deal that was never made. Oh, okay. Interesting backstory. If so, that would be a slap in the face at only Elena, especially since they showed off a Red Guardian about what, a year and a half ago, no word. Yeah, and that's the thing Tremble does. Like, I really thought we would get at least Red Guardian and Yelena, because they did show the Red Guardian with the Black Widow solo movie figures. Like, there was that teaser, the background, we saw the figure. So they've made a prototype of Alexi somewhere. So I would have thought, because it would be that kind of thing if you either buy him to go with the Thunderbolts Yelena, or you buy him because you want him to go in a Black Widow solo movie display. Like, if you've got the snowsuit Widow and Yelena, or the black suit Widow from the movie, like, Alexi goes with either. But then, same with John Walker. I felt like, again, you can have him in a Thunderbolts display. You can have him in a Falcon and the Winter Soldier display. Ghost is the same. You can have her in a Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know, but I just feel like as more time goes, and given how good the movie was, but the box office kind of didn't reflect how good the movie was, I really just, the longer time passes, the more I just feel like all we're getting is Yelena, which is sad. Often's here. Hello there. Happy Friday. I mean, happy Saturday to me now. But yeah, I probably will sign off soon, because yeah, it is Saturday. So happy Saturday to me. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching from the world. I would actually like John Walker. I think a lot of people would like John Walker. Again, Howie Claus moves in mysterious ways. S-Beam is here. Hello all. Hello, S-Beam. How are you? Happy Friday. Lovely to see you in the chat. I need a Red Guardian to go with Yelena. Me too. I really want a Red Guardian. I really do. So if this movie tanks, I'm guessing we ultimately won't get all the figures. I mean, they're going up for pre-order now, right? I can't see them. As I said, with Galactus, that's the first figure in this new line. I can't see them cancelling that. Like, surely Hot Toys wants to save face rather than cancelling the first figure in a brand new line that they've announced. With this, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, stranger things have happened, right? But I would have thought they're either feeling super confident about this, or Disney has pushed them to go, no, you need to do more for this movie. They teased all members minus Sentry and Walker again. Don't know what's up with that. At Thunderbolts, for me, if no other Thunderbolts are announced, I won't just get Yelena. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think a standalone Yelena, when, you know, I'm guessing we're going to see Florence in future MCU properties. I think people would then more likely to be like, I'll wait and get her in an upcoming Secret Wars or whatever collection to go with other figures. Oh, did you have any luck with the wireless power bank? I found one online. It's a bit pricey and the size of a car battery. Oh, goodness. So I had this conversation with, apologies, was it Tremble Dust? I think it was Tremble Dust. I found one. It wasn't as big as a car battery, but it was very expensive. I want to say it was something like almost $300 US. And given I need multiples of them, I was like, no, I'd rather literally have to amend the cabinet. But I did come across power points or plugs that are remote activated. So I had said I don't really like the Google Homes and the Alexa turn on. Like, I know my phone listens to me. I don't need 5,000 other things listening to me. But I did see there was a PowerPoint power plug that you can use, and then it has like a number of buttons, and then you can correlate buttons to different devices. So I was going, okay, plan B is that, because then I can just plug a power board into that, and I can run some USB cables or whatever I need out and do it that way. And I have just been trying to think about how I could do it, because with my garage display case, I have like metal backing, and it does sit in a frame, and I'm wondering, could I cut a bit of the backboard and have the cable for each shelf just run directly out the back, so I'm not having to run cables down and out from each shelf? Like, could I run a cable out from each shelf and have like a USB hub on each shelf, run one cable out into the power board with the remote control plug? So I feel like that's my plan B. I probably have not explained this well at all, but I did find I think it was a remote controlled power bank. It was expensive. It was very expensive. So I was just like, given I'd need at least 3, I was like, 900 US is going to be like 1,500 Australian dollars or something crazy. And I was like, no, at that price point, I will modify my cabinets. But yeah, if I am going to do that, I just want to think about the best way, because I also don't want to have like huge honking cables, because like with my lights, I feel like, not to be arrogant, I think the way I've done the cable management is really nice. You don't see wires and what are they called? Cable ties. Like, it's all very neat and concealed. So I don't then want to wreck that aesthetic by having all these cables and hubs that are visible and kind of take away from the display. So I feel like I'll get there eventually, hopefully. I'm not in a hurry to do any of this stuff. It's just me thinking of my future display, and it's an interesting exercise to go through, because I do want to get another cabinet, which I'm assuming I'll probably build another garage display case. And I think what I might do with that is maybe be a bit more proactive in like accommodating for some USB hubs, depending on what I display. Like, my Avengers, I'd probably move into the new cabinet. So it would be cool to have the Iron Man figures lit up. So I'd do something there. But yeah, I feel like there might be a way to do it, because I don't want to have to do a bunch of like conduit to hide wires going down the back of the cabinet. I don't know. As I say, in my head, I'll work it out eventually. Yeah, it was around £200, maybe the same one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, as I say, there wasn't a lot out there, and I was like, maybe I just need to wait for technology to catch up to what I want, because I feel like it should exist. It doesn't exist. But guys, my goodness, Howard and the Fantastic Four drops today. It's a lot. It's a lot. As I say, I genuinely don't know what to expect from this movie. Interested to see it. If I've had time to see it before next stream, I can give you a bit of reaction. Although, when I say next stream, I mean next Friday stream. Because my next stream is tomorrow. 2 Greek Geeks. I'm super excited. Streaming with Costa again. So the Pop Culture Living Room channel. We're going live at what will be 8 a.m. Eastern in the US, which is basically 2 hours earlier than when I go live on a Friday. So we're going to do 2 Greek Geeks once a month. It will be on a Saturday at that 8 a.m. time slot. So hopefully if you're around, you can join us live, or if not, catch the replay. I'll share the link to the stream through a YouTube post when we're all done. And we'll probably chat about lots of geeky things, lots of Greeky things. We might have a bit of a chat about Superman, because I'm actually quite keen to talk to Costa about the film, because on his show-off stream last week, he mentioned he didn't want to do spoilers, but he mentioned there was a couple of things about the movie he didn't like, and I was genuinely intrigued. Like, what was it that you didn't like? I want to know. So I'm keen to maybe chat about the movie, and Costa's finally seen the Thunderbolts, so maybe we'll talk about that as well. I feel like the later I go, the more I get a tickle in my throat, which you didn't need to know, but Deadpool Red Suit is here. Hello, how are you? Happy Friday or Saturday. I don't know where you are. But as I said, tomorrow, 2 Greek Geeks, Pop Culture Living Room. Come hang out. We'd love to have you join us. There will be Tim Tams. Maybe a Tim Tam Slam. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I am going to... I'm Good Friday here in the UK. Oh, another person in the UK. I've got a few people in the UK. Good afternoon to you, sir. But I am gonna sign off because it's quite late. Thanks for the stream, Helen. Unfortunately, work kept me busier than I'd like, so I'll definitely rewatch the stream later to catch what I missed. Thank you. That's very kind. Have a great weekend, Helen, everyone. Absolutely. I'm gonna get rid of this. Hello, it's me again. I look very tired because I am. But thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I'm back tomorrow, so maybe I'll see you then. If not, back next Friday. Who knows what Howie Claus will have in store for us. Hopefully, we'll get the Johnny Storm, so Hot Toys actually completes a team for the first time in a long time, because I think that will make a lot of people happy, even if they don't want these figures. I don't want these figures, and it would 100% make me happy if they did that. A lot of thank yous in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for coming to hang out and interacting with me and sharing your thoughts, but also knowledge. Like, everyone had so much knowledge on the Fantastic Four, which I did find really useful to read, because, as I said, I don't really know a lot about the team. So thank you for coming and interacting with me and supporting my channel. If you haven't hit the like button, maybe hit the like button on the way out. I'd appreciate it if you're new. Maybe consider subscribing. We're marching towards 4,000, and at this rate, I'll probably give away a figure, because selling them is apparently an impossible thing to do. We'll find out. I want more Thunderbolts. Fantastic Four is not my thing. I'm with you, Deadpool Red Suit. I want more Thunderbolts. But I'm really worried we're just getting Yelena. I had thought we'd get at least Red Guardian as well, but I don't know. I hope so. But as I said, have a lovely weekend, everyone. Be safe, be happy. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow for 2 Greek Geeks. But if not, same time, same place next Friday. Have a great weekend.